build a rover. Ha! Again, more dogs. Wow, Prius. You want revenge? It's okay. Oh, you're running? Come on. Nope, 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 nope. You don't escape. Come here, components. No! Look at you. Oh, right. Such a terrible shot. I got him only because he stopped at the wall. Alright, here we go. Ooh, look at that. All the computers I needed. Brought to me by the cybernetic dogs that have extinguished all life on this earth. I guess they're not dogs, they're wolves. There's a difference. I told you they were gonna get me. Alright, good morning, neighbor. Or good afternoon? I guess it's noon. It should be noon when this video is done. Part of the noob process is also the video editing, because I have not much experience in that either. But I'm getting there, baby. I'm getting there. Today is episode 4. I want to kind of make episodes a little bit shorter. I'm not trying to go for like 30, 35 minutes, 45 minutes. I feel like that's a little too long, and I'm trying to start a daily release, trying to get a daily release really going, at least Monday through Friday, as I believe I said yesterday. So, today's mission is just to build a rover. Pretty simple. Just gonna build a rover, and then take it for a spin, and see how she performs. Yeah, that's pretty much the mission for today. And then tomorrow, episode 5 should be, we're just gonna mine out a boulder or two, and then soak up all the cash. See how much cash I can get out of that. That'll be episode 5. Episode 6, I don't really have a plan for. I'll probably spend a little downtime trying to do some more boulder hunting. And yeah. So the episode lengths may be curving. They're going up in length, and then for the rest of this week they're probably going to go down in length as I try to make each episode mission specific. 1 for ease of creation, and 2 for ease of editing, and 3 ease of consumption, because part of this whole thing is making it easier for the audience to the episode's only maybe 10 to 15 minutes. I'll stick around for the whole deal, because that seems to be the accepted meta. Shorter videos do a little bit better. Seems to be. That's the plan for now. Ooh. If I can get enough cash, I just had a little bit of a brain blast. I think if I get enough cash, I think episode 7, so maybe Friday's episode, should be something of getting started, maybe. At least doing the design for turning the pod, that crappy little pod, into a mobile refinery workshop. Yeah, I wonder if I could get that attached to something, or if I would have to make it a single body. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think I'm probably having a bit of inspiration because I saw Splitsy he just started Aries at War, and he's got a little RV, and that looked pretty cool. But we'll see what happens. Alright, I will now send you to Past Me. Past Me will build a rover. Ta-ta for now. Now, as you're looking at the pod, you're like, that is not the pod that you left with. And that is correct. There was a whole clip sequence extra, and it was gonna make episode 3 like almost an hour long. So I kind of reached the point of like, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead, get to the get to this point, and anything that I thought was really valuable, I'll just kind of do it all over again, but in a much simpler and sped up way. So, I think, yeah, there should have been the part where I added on these refiners so that now I can process the basic material. But I also went ahead and have an assembler now, basic assembler. That's what this guy is. And that will allow me to build basic components. Now, I've been going out and getting raw iron and magnesium. The magnesium to make bullets, because you know those wolves be mad. And to quote a certain person, they be molding, and they're definitely going to come for me eventually. Now, it's oh man, the sun is setting. All right, all right. Let's see if that sleep mod actually works the way I think it does, because it should allow me to like sleep, right? Oh, there's no bed in here. Oh no, there's a bed. Can't sleep. It's daytime. You don't need to sleep. All right. I guess I have to wait until it's legitimately dark outside before it'll actually accept that it's time to sleep. Okay. Until then, I guess I'll spend a little time trying to get things ready. I had an epiphany for how I wanted to design this. I was thinking I wanted to design it off of a advanced rotor and just have the little vehicle connect the rotor head, because I guess I should pull this out for those who don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's a regular rotor. Oh yes, here we go. Advanced rotor part. This is the head of the rotor. So when you're looking at an advanced rotor, the head is the part that actually moves. And so when you have a small vehicle, you can actually get multiple kinds. You can just put the head right on there, and it will act as you can see right there, conveyor ports. So I could use this instead of an actual connector in order to connect my vehicle up to this for refueling. And I think that might be a more interesting way to do it rather than just having this sticking out of the butt, because it's a very large, very ugly thing. And even if I go ahead and find the there we go, this is the small block one, so I'd force to have this kind of shape. But if I go ahead and get this small one like this, and I was thinking of daisy chaining just some small containers instead, some small containers to kind of break up for my hydrogen tanks, which would be a 6. Right. So I'll have these small little hydrogen tanks in with some small conveyors, but also those small cargo blocks, and that would allow me storage space, fuel space, and I can have something that actually looks like it. Kind of want to go for a Jeep. It may take me a little while to actually get it to look like a Jeep. Oh my goodness! You cybernetic Fidos! Alright, alright. Come on. Come on, Cybermen. Let's do this. Well, Cyber Dogs. I tell you no lie. These little critters, these little Cybertronic critters, they make that little whinny sound to make you feel sad about shooting them, but they are cybernetic monsters. They wiped off all life on this planet except for the vegetation. They are crazy. And if you download the right mods, you can find all the zombies as well. there's a mod that allows you to turn the wolves into space engineer zombies. That was a good time because I'd just be it'd be pitch black or almost pitch black because I would never build lights. Fighting space zombies, they come around me and be like, ah, start screaming. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, now is it gonna count as night? Wonder how much further into the night I have to go before it's like, oh hey, yeah, your visibility is low enough. We can actually call it night. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take care of this problem. I meant for this mod to take care of the problem, but I'm gonna have to do it a little bit manually. I will see you guys after I have manually fixed this problem. Okay. Voila! Just like that. It's daytime. little magic. Ignore that Fido is still there, meaning he didn't actually despawn. Okay, first things first. Let's get us a little landing gear. What do you mean not enough steel plate and storage? Oh, right. I gotta... These things have small block connectors, so steel plate cannot actually pass through them. I have to go here to do like this. Boom. Okay. That was actually a terrible one. I'm gonna go ahead and redo that. Do it like this. Haha! There we go. Much better. Alright. Go ahead, get one of these. Come on, add it to the thing. There we go. Why it didn't add it beforehand, I don't know. Okay. There we go. I was like, what is it doing? Was letting me... Oh, right, and this has no battery, so I can't actually do much with it. Trying to remember which one of these has battery. It's been a little while. It has been about... Piece of junk. There we go. Oh, I didn't have any power cells in storage. Oh, that's not good. Go ahead and get those made then. Boom, boom. Alright. And those are, of course, large items, so they shouldn't be able to go through. But once I have the battery, the emergency battery on there, I'll be able to move the piston up and down. The reasoning for this is that the gear gives me a solid position, so I don't have to worry about anything falling off. And then the piston will allow me to adjust the height of the vehicle as I build it out, so that so I can actually place the wheels. There's a method to the madness, especially the mad part. Okay, let's get fuel. Alright. That was a funny sound. Hope it was just a bird or something. Okay. I accidentally give away all my iron, I did. Let's go ahead and make 200 of those. If I need to get more materials, I'll just cut and go grab stuff. Okay. So let's start like this. Okay. Alright. So what I want to do is need interior plates for this. Have any interior plates? Not that many. Let's go ahead and build some of those. this should be sort of where the wheel is. You know, I'm gonna make it dual fuelable. Okay, and if I do it like this is a 2x2, so that'll actually give me a space in between for anything. Okay. I think I'm gonna flip this. Boom, boom. So I can go ahead and have these small connectors. Get some of this. Oh, pull them out of here. And I go ahead and get these small connectors so I can have small guys like this. Boom, boom. Alright, this was my design plan. Because I think 4 of those should be enough for what I'm trying to do. It doesn't need to be that huge because its main goal isn't to be massive. Pull those out. Switch those back. Okay. This is just so that I can actually carry a decent amount of cargo. So I only have 1,200 liters. Okay, and then, so right now I have 4 small cargo containers. And they each have 125 liters. So I would need 10 of them to effect the same amount of volume as my character itself. Alright. But if I went, this would be 3,000. Okay. Okay, I got an idea. Do I have an idea? Is that a good idea? I wonder. If I flipped it like this. I wonder. What happens if I flip it like this? How does that do for shape? Okay. And then we have something like, so I want to have gyros on here because that always tends to be something that you miss if you don't actually put on here. Ooh, but I gotta put the batteries on. That's the thing. Large batteries or small batteries. I'm not sure what happened past me either. At this point, thinking about what size battery I should use seemed to have overloaded my ability to speak and design the rover at the same time. But I'm thinking, yes, I am going to use the large battery. I'm going to put it at this sort of front area. So it'll be, yeah, so it lines up there. Now it's kind of square, but I could still have my medium cargo. Yeah, just like that. And now I'll be able to build off the front of the battery for my gyros, my remote control, and my radio. Why am I putting those on there? It's gotten to the point of like habit. It's just something that I do for my designs because I want to be able to remotely control it based on a given situation. Even though it's not going to be that practical for what I'm using it right now, because the end goal of this rover is just to have something that can move ore from unrefined ore from location A to location B. It's a very small mission parameter. All right. But now I've got to look at this and go, okay. But I want to have the engine in the front. So before I really lay down the remote control chair, or no, the rover chair, I need to lay down all of the conveyor tubes. But since one of these conveyor tubes is going to be the supporting block for the chair, I switch it out with one of the 6-sided conveyor tubes, because that actually has a flat face that I can put the control seat on. And wham bam, now the control seat is actually connected there. So going for 2 gyros. Oh yeah, I removed the radio so that I could then, or the antenna, so I could put down the remote control block and then the antenna. And of course you want the remote control to be facing forward. Alright, now that I'm going to go back and forth on this probably a couple of times, trying to decide how I want these conveyor tubes, because I'm going to have this conveyor tube essentially connect off onto the forward engine. Right. So at this point, I have it 2 tubes forward of the remote control. Of the, God, I keep on getting control mixed up. It's the control seat. And then we'll have the engine there. Now the engine provides 500 kilowatts. No, just one engine, not 2 engines past me. Come on. There we go. Only one engine, because that's 500 kilowatts, and that's quite a bit of power. Especially since that battery by itself is probably enough to run this vehicle. Now, I was thinking about having the fuel tap on the sides like you would a car, but as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's going to work. Yeah. And see, those tubes, if I just use those tubes, all I'm getting is connection. So their actual space doesn't give me much benefit. So if I switch them out for some cargo, small cargo. Yes, it took me a second to find the buttons. Yeah, switch those out with small cargo. Now those tube space is actually getting me something. I can have a volume of ore in there. Now I'm looking back at it and kind of getting hesitant, maybe a bit design anxious, because I don't think it looks right. It's very much balanced forward, but yeah. So I go ahead and do what is probably a wise idea. I take a little break from the designing, so I can freshen up my brain a little bit. I think I had some ramen and watched a video. Now I'm trying to figure out, at this point, how do I build the bottom of the vehicle such that I can have a good shape? Because I don't want this thing to be a brick, even though I'm not as good as those. I'm nowhere near as good as those guys on the workshop who just put out vehicles and ships that are just so unique with the sort of squarish blocks that what they produce doesn't even look like a brick, even though it's built with all of these tiny bricks. It reminds me of that famous painter. I forget their name, but they would actually make their art by painting these little dots. So when you looked closely at their work, you weren't actually looking at a whole bunch of strokes that could like convey, I don't know, my sister's an art person, has a bachelor's in art, and so she's like, the strokes of the paint give some emotional value. And I was just like, okay. But so this painter is using little dots to make his art beautiful, because that's how he does it. It's like its own style nowadays. It's very peculiar. All right, time to start building up the power cells and getting enough iron plates, because once I think I've got the design pretty much done. So it's just going to be filling this guy out. And because yes, I'm looking at it and I'm pretty sure I have all the design features completed at this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to some music and let that guide the completion of this process. And then do a little outro, and that'll be the end for today. Ciao! Alright, installing all of the major grids should be over. All that's left to do is armor this sucker up and throw down some wheels. Then it'll be test drive time. Oh yeah. Alright everybody, the vehicle has been assembled. I'm not quite sure of a name yet. I think I'll name it in between now and episode 5. Yes, episode 5. But for right now, it's just gonna be test drive time. Drive this sucker around and see if I can get it to crash. I decided to do this in creative mode because I really don't build vehicles on four wheels. I always do 6 wheels. So it'll be interesting to see how this works. And if I come back with one piece. But that'll take us to the end of the episode. So I will catch you all next time. Adios.